Hello everyone. So in this video lecture, we'll have a discussion on the topic that is RC phase shift oscillator. Okay, so this is one of the concepts which is being included in your module 3 of this operational amplifier and linear IC subject. Okay. Now before beginning with the working of this particular concept, okay, first let us see. Let us concentrate on this title here. Okay, so the title is RC phase shift oscillator. Okay, so in this part, so here you can observe the oscillator. So first we will see what is the meaning of each of these words which is being constituted here. Okay, so basically the first question that raises here is that what is an oscillator? Okay, later on we will deal with the RC phase shift oscillator. Okay, so oscillator is nothing but basically it is a circuit. Okay, so basically an oscillator is a circuit, okay, so which produces the output, okay, so having one particular frequency. Okay, so you can also say that so it will produce the output having a desired frequency as per your requirement. Okay, and one more important thing that has to be noticed here is that so this oscillator doesn't require any input. Okay, without applying any input, okay, this oscillator is capable of producing the output having one particular frequency. Okay, and the nature of output will be sinusoidal. It will be always sinusoidal. Okay, so this here you can see that so it will this particular output has one particular frequency. Okay, so that is nothing but your oscillator. Okay, now let us see. So the next word is what? It is a phase shift. Okay, so the reason why this phase shift word is being used here is that just because so you are in this particular circuit you are making use of some components that will be your passive components, okay, which will produce the phase shift. By virtue of those passive component, a phase shift will be introduced in this circuit, so the name phase shift here. Okay, then so here it is being followed by RC here. So this phase shift is the reason because of this RC component which you have to use. Okay, so you are making use of resistor and capacitor to produce some value of phase shift. Okay, so using those phase shift, okay, you can produce the output having one particular frequency. Okay, now this is the meaning of this particular title. The reason why it is named as RC phase shift oscillator. Okay, now you can concentrate on this circuit here. Okay, here you can see that so this is you just have to make use of this op amp symbol here. Okay, then so just by looking at the symbol here, the non-inverting terminal is being grounded. Alright, so here so it is receiving some sort of input so from this network here, so and it is being applied to the inverting terminal of the op amp. Hence you can say that so this is nothing but your inverting amplifier. Okay, non-inverting terminal is being grounded, it is receiving input at its inverting terminal. So inverting amplifier is being used here. You cannot make use of non-inverting amplifier, that we will discuss at the end of this particular concept. Okay, now you can see here so this is your feedback network. Okay, so which basically consists of 3 capacitors and 3 resistors, and they must have equal values. Okay, in the sense what the values of all these capacitors must be equal and the values of all these resistors must be equal. Okay, so here 3 capacitor and 3 resistor which will form the feedback network, or you can call it as a RC network. So this feedback network, it is being connected between so this output terminal of the op amp and inverting input terminal of the op amp. Okay, so you are just making use of so inverting amplifier configuration and this feedback network. Okay, now the question here is that so by making use of this RC phase shift oscillator, how it is possible to produce a sine wave output having one particular frequency. Okay, so in order to achieve that particular objective, okay, certain conditions has to be satisfied here. Okay, so for sustained oscillations in any sinusoidal oscillator, certain conditions known as Bar-Kasson criteria must be satisfied. Okay, so those are Bar-Kasson criteria. This has to be satisfied. Okay, now the question here is that then what are those conditions of a Bar-Kasson criteria? Okay, so until and unless those conditions are satisfied here, it is not at all possible to produce the output without applying any input having one particular frequency. Okay, so the first condition here is that basically there are 2 conditions that has to be satisfied. The first condition is that so the total phase shift around the circuit must be equal to 0 degree. the total phase shift must be 0 degree. You make use of any number of active components or passive components, but this condition has to be satisfied. The second condition is that the loop gain around the circuit must be equal to or greater than 1. Okay, so loop gain must be equal to or greater than 1. If these two conditions are satisfied by making use of this kind of configuration, then without applying any input, okay, so you can observe here there is no input to the whole circuit. Without applying any input, you are capable of producing the output having one particular frequency. Okay, now let us concentrate on these two conditions here. Okay, so the first condition is what? The total phase shift must be 0 degree. Okay, you just have to check whether these two conditions are satisfied or not. Okay, now let us see whether this first condition will be satisfied or not. Okay, so the total phase shift must, what you have to achieve here is that 0 degree. Alright, so here you can see that, okay, first concentrate on this feedback network and check what is the amount of phase shift it will produce. Okay, so basically you are making use of 3 pair of R and C. Alright, so basically, so one pair of R and C, it will produce a phase shift of 90 degree. Okay, basically, but actually there will be some losses in the register, therefore the total phase shift produced by one pair of R and C will be 60 degree. Okay, then second pair of RC, it will produce a phase shift of 60 degree again. Again you have one more pair of RC, it will produce a phase shift of 60 degree. Okay, now you can just add here, so the total phase shift produced by this RC network or feedback network, it will be 180 degree. Okay, so feedback network will introduce 180 degree phase shift. Okay, so this is about the feedback network. Okay, so concentrate on this amplifier part here. Okay, so here basically you identified that, so you are making use of an inverting amplifier. Okay, so this name inverting itself suggests that the output will be inverted. Okay, so the output will be 180 degree phase shift, it will be introduced. Okay, so the inverting amplifier, it will produce a phase shift of 180 degree. Okay, so if you make use of non-inverting amplifier, phase shift will be equal to 0 degree. Okay, now you have total phase shift that will be introduced by this inverting amplifier will be 180 degree. Okay, now what is the first condition? The total phase shift around the circuit must be equal to 0 degree. Now check whether you got a phase shift of 0 degree or not. Okay, now here the feedback network will produce phase shift of 180 degree. Alright, so this amplifier which is in inverting configuration, it will produce a phase shift of 180 degree. Now the total phase shift is how much? 360 degree. Now you can say that the first condition is being satisfied. Okay, so here the total phase shift is 360 degree, that is nothing but, so it is a 0 degree. Okay, the first condition is being satisfied. Okay, now let us check whether the second condition will be satisfied or not. Okay, so the loop gain around the circuit must be equal to or greater than 1. Okay, so basically, so gain associated with this loop here, gain associated with this loop, okay, basically we have two gains here. Okay, so first one is what? Amplifier gain, second one is a feedback gain. Okay, so first one is what? Amplifier gain, which is being denoted as A, and this feedback gain, it is being denoted as beta. Okay, so this must be greater than or equal to 1. Okay, so now you have to check whether this condition will be satisfied or not. Okay, so basically you are making use of a feedback network, okay, which consists of RC component. Okay, it will produce a phase shift of 180 degree, you know that. Okay, so if this produces 180 degree phase shift, this means what? It has an attenuation factor of 29. It must have an attenuation factor of 29. Okay, so this means what? So the gain of this op amp, which is been denoted as RF by R1, so that must be equal to 29. Okay, so the amplifier gain, it will be equal to 29. Okay, so there is a separate derivation for this one. Right now we are not going for that one. Okay, so if this feedback network produces 180 degree phase shift, then it will have attenuation factor of 29. Then this amplifier gain will be RF by R1 will be equal to 29. Okay, now this amplifier gain will be set to 1, but this feedback gain has to be adjusted. Okay, so here a tuning has to be done. You know that. So the same experiment you have conducted in your lab. Okay, so this is your variable resistance. Okay, you are connecting a pot of 10 kilo. Basically 10 kilo pot you are going to connect. You just have to vary it. Okay, so until and unless you vary it, so this variation of this resistance is nothing but a tuning. Okay, that tuning has to be done so that you will get this condition will be satisfied. Okay, so go on tuning this one until you get a sustained oscillation, a pure sinusoidal output. Okay, so once tuning is been done, so this condition will be satisfied. Okay, then you can say that both the conditions of Bar-Kassan criteria will be satisfied. Then you will get the output having one particular frequency. Okay, without applying input. Okay, now you can raise a question here. Okay, what will be the value of frequency? Okay, so basically, so the frequency of oscillation for this RC phase shift oscillator is given by, it is 1 divided by 2 pi RC root 6. Again, there is a derivation for this one. I hope you would have gone for that one. Okay, so here the output frequency, it completely depends upon the value of R and C. Okay, so it is your choice. What is the value of R and C you are going to select? Depending on the value of these passive component, so you will get the output frequency having one particular value. Okay, so it is as per your wish. Okay, now the important thing is here is that, okay, so you got the AC output having one particular frequency without applying any input. Okay, now you can raise one more question here. Okay, so basically this is what inverting amplifier. You must get the inverted output. Alright, so if it is inverting amplifier, inverted output you should get, but you are getting a non-inverted output. What would be the reason behind that? Okay, so here, in order to answer this question, first you have to check what kind of input this amplifier is receiving. Okay, so basically input is being received by this feedback network. Okay, which produces 180 degree phase shift. Look at the nature of this feedback voltage. This itself is an inverted one. If you apply inverted input to the inverting terminal of the op amp, again it will be inverted because it will introduce 180 degree phase shift again. So the total again, so that will inverted, so you will get a non-inverted output. Okay, so as this feedback network itself will produce this kind of nature of input which is being inverted. Again this will be inverted so that it will get a sinusoidal output having one particular frequency. Okay, so this is the working of this RC phase shift oscillator. Basically this kind of circuit is being used, okay, where so you want to generate the frequency which will be in the, which are called as audio frequency. Okay, so after audio range frequency you can generate up to 1 kilohertz, 2 kilohertz. Okay, so depending on, it will be in terms of kilohertz only, so that you can generate a frequency which can be used in an application where audio frequency is being used. Okay, so if you want to generate a larger value of frequency without applying the input, then you have to go for the LC phase shift oscillator. Okay, this is a RC phase shift oscillator, okay, which will be suitable for audio frequency ranges. Okay, if you want to generate higher value of frequency like radio frequency, then you have to use LC phase shift oscillator. Okay, this is the application of this RC phase shift oscillator. Okay, so hope you understood the concept here. If you have any doubts, any clarification is required, then feel free to ask your question.